What's up, everyone? It's Char. You all probably know if you've been following me for a while, but I'm a freelance artist, and that's what I do for work. I take commissions, take illustration jobs, and usually it works out decently well for me. Sometimes the commissions are a little weird. Sometimes the people buying the commissions are a little weird. But there was one particular time where the entire experience was a nightmare. This is the story of the worst client I've ever had. Just a bit of background to put everything in perspective here. During this time, I had just gotten out of homelessness, so my financial situation wasn't very good. If it were, I might have been a little bit more picky with who I accepted to do work for, but I was not in the best position at the time. So, yeah. Here's what happened. I got a message on one of my various sites where I post art from someone with no icon, no posts, name I didn't recognize, but they were like, hey, it looks like you need money and I want to buy something from you. And what they wanted was a 3 or 4 page full color, full shading commission of a group of cartoon characters fighting, which I thought, wow, that's like $1,000 commission right there. I could pay my rent and all my bills and get some food just off of that. Of course, I messaged back for a follow-up. And here's where the first red flag should have popped up. When the client was sending the references for the characters that they wanted drawn, I noticed that most of them were not broadcast cartoon characters or comic characters. They were other people's OCs, which I've drawn other people's OCs before. Sometimes people will do that for a friend as a birthday gift or something. But as I always do, I just asked, do you know the people who own these OCs? And did you get permission for them? And their response was not yes or no. Their response was, do you want my money or not? Now, had I been in a somewhat better financial state, I would have been like, oh, that's alarm bells going off right now. I'm moving on, looking for someone else to work with. But since I was down on my luck at the time, I was like, okay, is this supposed to be public or private? And they were like, it's gonna be private. I'm like, okay, as long as it stays private, then I guess that's fine. So we went over all the stuff that was going to be in the panels, which characters would be where, what outfits they would have on, and the client wanted some pretty risque outfits, which is not something I'm not a stranger to, but it being characters that aren't theirs and aren't big enough for no one to care, again, should have been red flags for me. Despite all that, I went through with it, estimated the cost. Like I said, it was about $1,000, and they were like, alright, I'm not going to pay you the $1,000. Instead, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pay you $25. You sketch out the 3 pages for me, show them to me, then I'll pay you another $100. You finish the whole rest of the comic, and then when it's completely done, I'll give you the full 1,000. And some of you might already be able to guess where this is going. But I was like, okay, I can get a 3-page comic done within like a month or two. And that would be in time for me to pay off some bills, so sure. With it. First week, got the first sketch done. They gave me the second payment, and they were like, just so that updates are easier to keep track of, let me have your Discord. And I thought, okay, sure. They're paying me, so whatever method they prefer, I guess, is the method I'll go for. And here's where things took a nosedive for the worse. Because it turns out this client was a little bit crazy. Because every hour of every day, they would message me being like, where's the update on my picture? I paid you. You better not be flaking on me. Are you trying to scam me? Where's the picture? Even though, like I said, this is like a multiple month job. This is not a small project, but this person had zero patience. And not only would they bug me for constant updates, if for any reason I ever turned Discord off, whether to record a video, to record a song, stream something, whatever, they'd be like, I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to avoid me. You're trying to run away with my money. You better not. I was like, dude, chill. It'll be done when it's done. And I kept sending the updates, and they were like, you're taking too long. I can tell you're slacking off. You don't really care about this. I'm like, relax. It just takes time. Can't do months worth of art all in one sitting. I'll get burnt out. My body physically can't take it. My wrists aren't as good as they used to be. So just hold on a bit. It'll be done when it's done. And at one point, I took a break just for an hour to play a game, get my mind off of things. And unfortunately, my game notification popped up in Discord, and they were like, you don't care about this. You're a scammer. Give me my money back. I was like, what did you just tell me? Give me my money back, or I'm going to report you. Gonna have your account reported. Gonna say that you're committing fraud. Have all your accounts shut down. And I was like, what the hell? You being serious right now? And he just kept going on and saying that if his money didn't come back, mind you, he still didn't actually pay for the whole commission. He would have me reported, say that I was committing fraud, and that would mean having to go to court to get everything settled, and I did not have the money to deal with going to court. Because I assumed that everything I had done was already taken care of, because I did the sketch, I did the first set of lines, like, was paid for, but he was like, no, that doesn't matter. I want that money back. I had no choice, so I went to a close friend of mine, asked if I could borrow $125, had him paid off, and as soon as he was like, okay, I'm not going to report you for fraud anymore, I was like, okay, then we're done here. And I blocked him on Discord, blocked him on every website I could find his name on, and later down the line, I saw that particular person's name pop up again from another artist saying that they pulled the exact same thing with them. Not only was this person unstable, apparently they had been pulling this to get free art that would be worth thousands by threatening everyone legally as soon as they got what they wanted. Because of that, I no longer take any partial payment Everything has to be paid up front. I don't take work from anyone who has no online presence, and I very rarely give out my Discord, and I absolutely do not ignore any red flags in the negotiation process. So far since then, I haven't had any experiences quite that bad, but the point of the story is doing freelance work is hard because it can all fall apart as soon as you meet one shitty person who decides, hey, this person's down on their luck, I can squeeze some money out of them. And I wish there weren't people like that, but unfortunately there are. And that's the story of the worst client I ever had.